line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Stayed down, remain humble and I made it work. Crazy how I came out so clean from the dirt. We was using candles on the nights the lights ain't work. We ain't never going back to that and that I merged. Turn your back on me, the worst mistake you ever make. Keep my grass cut, gotta watch out for the snakes. If it's on my plate, best believe it's getting eight. I'm ballin' like I'm Kobe, 33 before the 8. I just want the rings and the medals and the trophies. I want the Kardashians and Jenner so I know me. I wanna take a Uber to the hills to visit Chloe. I want the floor seats cause I'm tired of the nosebleeds. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. I feel like I'm Scottie Pippen, putting on the work but they don't give me no recognition. Basically the league's MVP but the P is missing. I'm the most valuable but sometimes they tend to forget it. I live my life on the edge but my back against the wall. I make sure my shoes laced cause who gon' catch me if I fall against the odds, but I'ma beat them all. I used to have a lot of friends, I never thought my day one circle be this small, but who needs love if it's fake love? I'm trying to shine like the diamonds on Mike's glove. Get in my way and you gon' feel it just like Mike's glove. I'm trying to go from burnt rugs to the red rugs. That's facts. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Gang, gang. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
Right, good afternoon and welcome to the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now at UAMS Health Ortho Now. They provide fast, convenient care for all your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. Ortho Now open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674. Thanks for joining us here at Bauxite High School. I'm Steve Henson with the Natural State Sports Network. And we are underway here in game number 3 of the day. Our second matchup to decide a semifinal trip, and we have had some good ones early on. In girls action, Brooklyn this morning ended Magnolia's run as punched their ticket to the semis. And then in an upset in our previous matchup here just a few minutes ago, the Hope Bobcats knocked off undefeated Green Forest. And Hope has punched their ticket to the semis. Girls action, the Brooklyn Lady Bearcats will match up with the CAC Lady Mustangs after they defeated undefeated DeQueen this morning over at Robinson on the Robinson Sports Network. And so now we look to see how things go here in our third game, our third match of the day. Once again, I'm Steve Henson, joined by producer Avery McMullen here at Bauxite High School. There it is. It's there now. So Star City and Episcopal in this one. Star City knocked off Bauxite in an exciting one yesterday morning here. Match that went to penalty kicks to decide the outcome. This one's got some living up to do if it's going to match what we've seen so far.
Because both teams are
Episcopal knocked off 1 seed Dardanelle yesterday in first round action. So the 4 seed looking to continue their run here through the state tournament. Winner of this one will play the winner of Robinson Warren. That game will be played in just a bit. They still got some time left in the Dardanelle DeQueen matchup happening now over on the Robinson Sports Network. That one sees Dardanelle up 3-1 with 6 minutes to go. Star City's last 5 matches. Lost to Warren 2-1, knocked off Lakeside 6-0, BB 3-1, Danville 3-2. And then a win on penalty kicks yesterday over Bauxite. As for Episcopal, a mixed bag of results over their last five. Oh, a 4-0 loss to CAC, a 5-1 victory over Heber, a 4-0 loss to Robinson, a 2-1 loss to Brooklyn, but then knocked off Dardanelle 2-1 in yesterday's action. 11-3-2. Star City comes into this one. Episcopal 9-5-1. And I do apologize. I have no rosters for either one of these teams. I'll try to go off of what I have here on the SB Live rosters, but no guarantee that those are correct. You guys in the chat, feel free, if you're watching, to help me out if you have some questions on who some of these athletes are down there. I want to make sure that we are properly identifying all of the athletes out there on the pitch. And so, again, important we get those rosters. Unfortunately, we have not been provided them. So now Episcopal, of course, you expect Episcopal to have a big contingent of fans. And good save there by the Star City keeper. And now very warm, humid day here in Bauxite. It seems all of our friends that were watching us on the last broadcast have made their move over to the Robinson Sports Network. Over 400 watching over there right now. Great number of fans watching there, so probably waiting to see who their Hope Bobcats are going to play right now. Dardanelle. No, I think I got that wrong, didn't I? That's the wrong side of the bracket. Dardanelle DeQueen will actually play the winner of Morrilton Mena, which will be after this. Star City able to defend that one, take it away. That one kicked away out of play. Get a quick stoppage here, so an opportunity to talk about our friends over at UAMS, presenting sponsor of our 4A state tournament coverage. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now at UAMS Health Ortho Now. They provide fast, convenient care for all your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. No appointment needed. Walk in for immediate care, get on-site x-rays. See the best in orthopedic care all in one place. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. UMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674. So a bit of a slow start here to the action. That one kicked away. Episcopal took control. A nice catch over there by the Star City coach. I'll tell you, Avery, Episcopal might be one of my favorite high school campuses across the state. Just a very unique setting as it sits right there below the state capitol. Just a really cool kind of setup and location. I actually love. Oh, my gosh. A collision between two Star City players there. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, I've never seen their camps in person, but I've seen plenty of pictures. I know their soccer program's really big, how they're, like how we talked about earlier, they're 4-seed already upsetting number 1 Darnell.
Yeah, they've got like I said, it's really unique. If you drive down Cantrell, from downtown, you can't miss it. Right across from Junior Deputy, it's fantastic. Some old style buildings across campus. Looks like a big college campus. It is a really neat location. I'm a big fan of Episcopal's, at least their setup. Star City, if I'm not wrong, has a beautiful brand new basketball arena. We've made a few trips down there with Mills back in over the last few seasons. And once again, thanks to everyone joining us here on the Natural State Sports Network. I'm Steve Henson, voice of the Maumelle Hornets on the Maumelle Sports Network, also co-owner of Natural State Sports. So, again, I can't say enough how much we appreciate you guys being a part of our broadcast. We do enjoy interacting in the chat, so feel free to give us a shout there. Just keep it clean. I would like to remind everybody that you are watching kids play a sport. So keep that in mind as you decide to talk your favorite mess there in the chat. I have no problem with some good-hearted fun, but let's just keep it that way, please. Lindsay Henry, Star City, very proud of your facilities. You should be. You absolutely should be. Had some battles down there when Coach Yarbrough was still there. Now, of course, she's over at PA. Doing a great job with that program. Missed down in Star City, but I tell you, one of my favorite places to go, especially for basketball. So kudos to the folks in Star City. Really two schools here with great facilities, again, as I was talking about Episcopal a few minutes ago. So good matchup between the two. Trying to punch a ticket to the semis tomorrow. A reminder for those of you who advance to the semis tomorrow, just hit that subscribe button right here on the Natural State Sports Network. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep all semifinal action will be shown right here on the Natural State Sports Network. Of course, everything played over at Robinson. Robinson High School, the host. Of course, matches being played across 3 locations yesterday, 2 today, just here in Robinson today, and Maumelle, Robinson, and Bauxite yesterday. So good times. I'll also go ahead and warn you folks right now on the broadcast, if you do have us turned up, we appreciate you. I am not the most knowledgeable soccer person in the world. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you that I have almost zero soccer knowledge. What I have learned has come from this tournament as well as doing a few the last couple of 4A state tournaments. So if I say something dumb, feel free to correct me and call me out in the chat. Take it as a education opportunity, because soccer has not been a sport I've focused on much from a play-by-play standpoint. So just want to bring you an entertaining value of commentary here. So for the most part, I'll keep my mouth shut as best I can and let you hear the action from our Nat mics. But Dardanelle has knocked off DeQueen, so DeQueen's girls and boys both eliminated from postseason play. And we've got an injury here for Star City. Let's hope she's okay. So they should just be a few minutes away from getting things going over at Robinson in their third matchup of the day. That 2 o'clock matchup at Robinson. You can see it on the Robinson Sports Network. It'll be the North's #1 seed and host Robinson Lady Senators against the East 3 seed, the Warren Lady Lumberjacks. So winner of that one will face off with the winner of this one tomorrow at 2 p.m. over at Robinson High School. Booted away by Star City. Episcopal trying to knock it away. It's to the back line as a good pass there into the middle. 11 in them sweet shoes, sets it up, and wide of the net as that one just goes right. Great scoring opportunity there for Episcopal. It is missed, and so Star City will attempt to clear. I would expect that we'll probably see a lot more Star City fans in our chat than we will Episcopal fans, just because you can tell there's a good contingent of Episcopal fans down in the stands in front of us. Very short drive versus the travel from Star City, so not at all surprised that we have more of our friends from Bulldog Country in here, so we appreciate you. I want to say a big thanks as well to our friends here at Bauxite High School, athletic director and soccer coach Matt Baxley. It's 3 years in a row we've been here for the 4A state soccer tournament. So they've partnered with Robinson. 2 years ago we were at Mills, Robinson, and here. Last 2 we've been at Maumelle, Robinson, and here. And always first class here. They do a great job. And that one tipped around, and I think it went off the goalpost, and it did. That'll be ruled as an out of bounds. And just remember that all of these broadcasts will stay up on our network channels. So want to come back, cut highlights for your athletes, check it out, download it, whatever you want to do with it. Feel free. It'll be here and live on forever as long as YouTube doesn't kill our channel. I shouldn't even speak that into existence. It's a nice save there. Is this one kicked away? And right now it's been all Episcopal in terms of being on the offensive. this one worked around and now kicked away out of bounds. So a yellow card. I tell you what, Episcopal getting away with a little bit there as our Star City player that was issued the yellow card making her way off the pitch, and one of the Episcopal players was walking behind her clapping in her ear. And give number 5 for Star City credit for not responding to that. She just kind of put her hand up to tell her to hush. But our official was turned the other way, writing down in his notes the yellow card, and didn't see it because could have easily handed out a yellow card the other way there as well. So keep your composure here. We did see a Hope coach thrown out in our previous match. Episcopal, another opportunity. And again, this entire pretty much 21 minutes of our first half so far has been played on this end, putting a lot of pressure on the Star City goalkeeper. And another save by the Star City goalie. And now water break here with 18:10 left. So with the heat today and humidity making some making us take water breaks, a little intermission before intermission. We'll get this about halfway point of each half. It's almost like we're playing 4 quarters anyway. That'll give me a moment to tell you about our friends over at UAMS, presenting sponsor of all of our broadcasts here for the 4A State Soccer Tournament. If foot or ankle pain's slowing you down, it's time to visit the experts at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Doctors Martin, Matthews, and Parham provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for foot and ankle issues. From common problems to more serious conditions, they're here to get you back on your feet, literally. Call Ortho at 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today and get back to living pain-free. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now. Once again, thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Henson here on the Natural State Sports Network, joined by producer Avery McMullen. And Avery, buddy, it's getting hot in here. I think we're starting to cook a little more. As the heat is on. Summer is arriving soon. So.
Right, this weather we had all day yesterday. That's why time ran a little long and why we were behind schedule a lot. Luckily, this morning the weather was cooler.
Yeah, we haven't. You're good. Yeah, we haven't had it. It hasn't. We didn't have any of the water breaks yesterday at Maumelle. We just rolled right on through. This morning, to your point, it was nice and overcast and breezy. Now the sun's decided to start peeking out on us a little bit. We've seen some athletes start cramping up out there. And you see the trainers and others down there with water and towels trying to help keep these ladies cool. So the best they can, make sure we protect the health of our athletes as well, which is what is most important. Winning and losing. Winning's always important, but no matter if you win if you can't finish the game. So. Episcopal with a golden opportunity here. Try to get one in the net. The kick and goal! Episcopal breaks through first. Our first goal here in our second round matchup, and it is 1-0. The Episcopal leads this one. It's what happens, though, as this match has been played almost exclusively on this end of the pitch, and so Star City has got to figure out a way to start flipping things. It's, I think about it in football terms. You go back several years ago to the national championship between Alabama and LSU, and the joke's always been that LSU never crossed the 50 in that game, and you feel that way at times here, especially in the first half of this soccer match, as they've struggled to get anything across here, an opportunity. But unfortunately, it is thwarted by Episcopal, and so now Star City must retreat and back on the defensive. Oh, nice pass. An open look. Got a chance, and off the bar, no good. Turns, a fight and a battle for it, still free. Kicked out by Star City. Shot on goal. Goal! It's Episcopal. Suddenly turning on the offense here. Back-to-back goals, and it's 2-0 with 16:25 to go. Adding to the importance of figuring out a way to flip the pitch right now. Star City just has no answers for the offensive onslaught out of this Episcopal squad. That one cleared away once again into the Episcopal scoring side. Oh, between the legs, nice pass, but cleared now, regained here by Episcopal. Nice. Another opportunity. Goal! Wow. 3-0. 3 goals in the span of a minute. And it is 3-0 Episcopal. Wow. Now you can see the frustration building for Star City with some hands on hips. Shoulders starting to shrug a bit. And once again, an opportunity to control. Episcopal able to take control once again. Let's see if the Star City defense can figure something out here. This one tapped around as under 15 to play in our first half. Tell you what, a match that started slow has been set on fire here by the Episcopal offensive here. And again, headed open, got to watch out as nearly a 4th goal. Instead, Star City able to clear this one. Look there, my wife has joined the chat. She missed out on all the fun in the last match, though. She might have been fighting folks. I was blushing. And this one knocked away, out of bounds. 14:08 to play. Now Star City will stay in control here. And now Star City with an opportunity, but Episcopal keeper comes out. Saves that one. And that one. A little more oomph than we did. Had a chance, at least our camera operator, to make a catch up there up top. Once again, knocked away out of play with 12:20 to go. Chris May in the chat rooting for the Wildcats. You see, cats and dogs don't get along. Right now, the Cats are winning the battle. Barrage of goals, 3 goals in about a 1 minute time frame has put Episcopal up big 3-0.
And this kind of fallbacks on something you mentioned in earlier broadcast. A lot of the lower seeds getting onto the second round, maybe third round today. And it's not even just in this tournament. It's like all classifications, all sports.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the 5A baseball tournament, one whole side of the bracket is third and fourth seeds.
Yeah, the Central, at least in baseball, absolutely got demolished. BB and Benton, all that's left. Maumelle, the 1 seed, led 6-4 over Van Buren going to the 7th, gave up 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning to fall to 10-6. Maumelle, a team that, of course, I'm very close to our guys over at Maumelle, being the voice of the Maumelle Hornets, but you know, that was a very disappointing finish to the season. Coach Watson in his first year taking over for Coach Four after Coach Four went into an administrative role. And pretty disappointing considering the amount of talent they had. You know, Peyton Lee, an Arkansas commit, some say may not make it out of the draft and into Arkansas. He may end up signing in the draft. But, you know, the ace, started yesterday. And 9 walks was his undoing, although he still left the game with the lead. And the Hornets walked 14 in that game yesterday, including 2 with the bases loaded in the 7th. And that was the difference. 14 walks, you're not going to win many games with 14 walks. And so you're right, Avery. It's been the parity, it seems, across really all sports this year. You know, outside of a couple of places. I mean, even in football, you look at 7A. I know, you know, Bryant continues to kind of be right there at the top, but there was a lot more parity this year than there's been. 6A, obviously, it's going to be hard to dethrone Greenwood as long as Kane Archer's there. And here we go again, Episcopal got a chance to the corner. Not enough foot in that one. Of course, 5A has been ruled by Parkview for 3 years now. That's changing. Things are changing significantly there with Coach Bolding headed over to North Little Rock and his brother taking over as head coach now there at Parkview. So see Brad Bolding over at North Little Rock, Bobby Bolding taking over at Parkview. We'll see how things go for Parkview in 5A. Now Greenwood also falls to 5A, I believe, this year, or in the new cycle. And so I can't imagine they're going to have too many struggles at the 5A level the way they've walked through 6A.
I'm ready to see it.
I'm not as a Maumelle guy. It was nice to finally get rid of Parkview, and now we get to gain. You know, we were able to get rid of the Little Rock Christians and all of that. PA was still there when we first started at Maumelle. Now PA and Christian both play in 7A. But yeah, I mean, it seems across the board, outside of a few instances, parity has taken over. Even at the high school level, and we're seeing it come to fruition here in the soccer, in the spring sports as well. There's a lot of lower seeds continue to find success. Episcopal, a 4 seed, looking to get a 4th goal. They got a big shot at it. Shot on goal. Goal! She sneaks it under the Star City keeper, and the route is on 4-0. Wildcats lead with 8:26 to go in the half. And it seems, Avery, that the water break was just what Episcopal needed. Since that water break, they've been unstoppable. 4 goals in about an 8-minute stretch, 3 of those coming within a minute of each other. Started with a penalty kick or a free kick, one or the other. I'm not sure which. I think that was a
penalty kick.
That was a penalty kick. Okay, that's what I thought. But I was corrected earlier, so I just want to make sure that right terminology. Again, Star City just cannot get through the defense of this Episcopal Wildcat squad. And again, Episcopal with numbers. Pushing it ahead to the middle. Uh-oh. Header wide right. Oh, man. The Star City keeper found her way away from the net, trying to grab it, and a great play by Wildcats to try to pop that right up over top of her and just left it wide, or we'd have had a 5th goal. And right now, Star City got to be careful. We are quickly approaching mercy rule territory, which you do not see often in the second round. And to see a 4 seed of all teams do it would be quite an eye-opener, I think, for the rest of the 4A soccer tournament on the women's side. And if they get to a 6-goal lead in the second half, we'll be cutting time in half. Star City just need something to go right now. What you don't want to do is find yourself down 6-0 going into the half, because then you start the second half with a 20-minute clock, and you think about it in terms of running clock in football and basketball. There's just almost no way to come back once you're down that level with that little time remaining. And so,
because on top of that, the clock doesn't stop on goals either.
Yeah, much like you see in football and basketball, where you have no clock stoppages unless it's a timeout or an injury situation. Doesn't stop for free throw, doesn't stop for anything. And so, similar situation here. You get half the time and a constantly running clock. And so, got to give yourself a chance here. Right now, Episcopal giving them a chance at a mercy rule victory. That one wide to the right with 4.5 to go in our first half. Boy, again, even on the free kicks to try to set something up, ends up right into the waiting feet of these Wildcats. Now Star City trying to set something up. That one makes its way into the stands, tossed back by a fan. Avery, I was worried there when we got things started. As slow as it started, I was like, we're going to have one of those 0-0 type matches till the end.
I believe both teams came off overtimes yesterday, too. Star City Dockside, I know, went to penalty kicks. Star City winning 2-0 in that. And then Episcopal and Darnell went to overtime before Episcopal got the golden goal in overtime 1. Yeah,
you're correct. I'm not used to this. We didn't have any of these type matches over at Maumelle yesterday. We had some close matches, but even in the close ones, 2-0, that type, it was still never really in doubt. You knew that the team that was leading was really in control. About the closest we had to that was our final match yesterday in boys action between Mina and Hamburg. The 1 seed Hamburg lost 1-0 thanks to a goal about midway through the that's a high kick, right? No? And I believe it was. Now, if you're Star City, you need to find some momentum. Figure out a way. One, you cannot allow another Episcopal goal. But two, you really need to figure out a way to get something around the net yourself here. The Episcopal goalkeeper has had about the easiest job of anybody out there on the pitch so far in this one. She's not been threatened at all. Ooh, good moves there. Cleared away with 1:15 to go in the half. Get to halftime. We'll take the 10-minute break with them. You guys can hop over and check out the action over on the Robinson Sports Network if you'd like. As I do believe they have gotten underway. As an injured Wildcat. Oh boy, let's hope she's okay. To be helped off the pitch. So the host, number 1 seed Robinson Lady Senators lead Warren currently with 23 minutes to go in the half there. So the throw in for Episcopals. We're down to 35 seconds left in our first half. Knocked away. So Star City will have to regroup as we get ready to head to the break. We appreciate you guys for watching here on the Natural State Sports Network. We'll have a couple of links for Cash App and Venmo up during halftime if you guys feel led to help support our broadcast. Give us a shout and feel free to donate through the Cash App or Venmo if you would like. And we've got a yellow card to finish out the half. It's number 8 for Star City. I think there might have been a misunderstanding in that situation. Maybe there was a little bit of contact, and I don't know if there was a little bit of contact between the two players from each squad, and I think number 8 for Star City kind of reached down and drew the ire of our officials. So that'll do it for our first half of play here from the 4A state tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. We'll be back with our second half of play here in just a few minutes here on the Natural State Sports Network.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here. Right. And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays, too.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the feel like I'm Scottie Pippen. Putting on the work, but they don't give me no recognition. Basically, the league's MVP, but the P is missing. I'm the most valuable, but sometimes they tend to forget it. I live my life on the edge, but my back against the wall. I make sure my shoes lace, cause who gon' catch me if I fall against the odds, but I'ma beat them all. I used to have a lot of friends, I never thought my day one circle be this small, but who needs love if it's fake love? I'm trying to shine like the diamonds on Mike's glove. Get in my way and you gon' feel it just like Mike's glove. I'm trying to go from burnt rugs to the red rugs. That's facts. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Gang, gang. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. staying humble and I made it work. Crazy how I came out so clean from the dirt. We was using candles.
All right, welcome back to the 4A State Soccer Tournament here on the Natural State Sports Network, brought to you by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. We appreciate you guys joining us. I'm Steve Henson, and we are set for second half action and picking up where we started as Episcopal on the offensive to start the second half. And nearly a goal just 20 seconds in. Now trying to clear once again. Episcopal controls. Star City trying to defend instead. Episcopal with a look at it. And a good job there defensively to knock that one out. Now we'll get a corner kick. Thank goodness it's from that corner. If you have noticed, we have some struggles being able to get the corners here. That one is going to be swallowed up by our Star City goalkeeper. She'll clear it out. This one's been all Episcopal, at least since the midway water break there in that first half. It was a 0-0 score, and really like we were headed down a close battle here, but suddenly Episcopal exploded. They had a penalty kick. It resulted in a relatively easy first goal, and then within about a minute, had 2 more goals scored, so 3 goals scored in about a minute's time for the Wildcats. And then I put 1 more in there at about the 8-minute mark of the first half. And now trying to do it again. Open in the middle. Got a chance and defended and stopped as the keeper comes out to pick that one up. Update over at Robinson on the Robinson Sports Network. The Lady Senators looking to punch their ticket to the semis as they lead 2-0 over Warren. Now Star City, goal as the Bulldogs finally find the back of the net, and it's 4-1 with 37:05 to go here in the second half. It's a big goal, Avery. Star City was on the verge of mercy rule territory, and now they pushed that away a little bit. 6 goals would have cut the time in half here in the second half, and instead, Star City stays in this one with a big goal there to make it 4-1. That one attempted to be cleared by Star City, instead out of bounds, and so it'll be Bulldog. Looks like, yeah, Bulldog control here. I thought that, I think even Episcopal's coach was asking the same. Now it is Episcopal to throw it in. Try to get it back to the center. And number 8 for the Wildcats may have just twisted an ankle there. Uh-oh, open look. And tipped up off the crossbar of the goalpost and out of bounds. So great job there by the Star City keeper. Say thanks for joining us here from the pit. As a corner kick for the Wildcats is headed up, and Star City, nope. Oh, what a save, as somehow they kept it out of the net. And now an awkward tumble there by Episcopal will lead Star City being able to clear it out. And wow, a huge, I have no idea how that shot didn't go in. They had a great look at it. Now again, Episcopal fakes the shot. Now left-footed kick. Defended, knocked away, out of bounds. So we'll have a corner kick from the other corner. And again, we do apologize as because of the layout, logistically, there's just no way. Matter of fact, I can't even see what's happening in the corner right now as it's behind the band stands. Very friendly, cozy confines here at the pit at Bauxite High School. Fantastic place to watch a football game for sure. Those Bearcat jersey cover-up things they're wearing down there looked a whole lot like Arkansas State. I was like, wow, did Arkansas State show up? They're underneath us now, but missed kick there for Star City is going to allow Episcopal to regain control. To the middle. Trying to clear it. Unable to, as now another opportunity as Episcopal gets it out wide. Trying to set something up. Back towards the middle. And that one deflected. Goalie and the goalkeeper just is able to fall on it. Star City trying to make the comeback. Now Episcopal, another opportunity, and that one slips by. And it'll go out of bounds. So Star City with an opportunity to clear here. As you look back at last year, Harding Academy won the 4A Women's State Soccer Tournament. 5-2 win over Shallow Christian. Robinson was the North's 3 seed. They fell to Shallow in the semis 2-0. Harding Academy ran away with their semifinal matchup with Clarksville. And so a little different look at the brackets now this season. And right now, one half of our semis is set. It'll be CAC in Brooklyn. And the other half is halfway to being set as they are 4 minutes away from halftime there at Robinson with the North's number 1 seed Lady Senators looking to punch their ticket to the second consecutive trip to the semis. Episcopal got a injured lady down here at midfield. She'll hop back up. But Robinson a 2-0 lead over Warren. Episcopal with a 4-1 lead with 30-30 left in our second half. Of course, this all culminates with state championship matches to be played up at UCA next weekend. It'll be a big weekend in Conway. It's baseball, softball championships as well. A great goal for Robinson. As the Lady Senators are now up 3-0 in that match. These quarterfinal matchups starting to take shape. Nice move. Got an opportunity up ahead. They get it to the middle, but right into the waiting arms of our goalkeepers. So Star City will kick it back out. And that one out of play, so Star City to throw it in. Throw it behind. This is going to allow Episcopal again an opportunity. The free kick. And for the first time in a while, our Episcopal goalkeeper is tasked with making a play. She has not been busy today. And as I say that, she will not come away from the net here. Now Star City, unfortunate tumble there as slips on the turf trying to sneak one into the side of the net. In boys action, 2 tickets have been punched, and they're both 3 seeds. We've talked about that a lot here through the course of the day. We've seen these higher seeded squad, or lower seeded, higher seeded, top, not the top seeded, but the bottom seeded squads continue to advance. As right now in boys action, there is only one number 1 seed left, believe it or not. Undefeated Green Forest fell to Hope in our match before this, 4-2. And then the South's number 1, DeQueen, fell to Dardanelle 3-1 as the best mascot in the state. The Sand Lizard advances to the semis as they await the winner of Mena and Morrilton. That one to be played over at Robinson, over here next. Mena, 4 seed, knocked off the 1 seed Hamburg yesterday in what was just an absolute gem of a soccer match, winning 1-0. So the host 1 seed Robinson Senators, the last remaining one. And we're going to have an injury as Star City's number is at 11. Had some contact with Episcopal's number 23. And I apologize for not using names, but we have not been provided with a roster for either squad. Whoa. Wow, things just turned in a hurry. It's now 5-0. I looked down and looked up, and Robinson's up 5-0 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. That one into the stands. Down to 26 minutes to play. Is that one knocked away? Up ahead and cleared across as the Star City keeper will clear this one out, bounding its way across midfield. Wild scrum here on the other end. That's going to give Episcopal an opportunity, but a save by the Star City keeper. You know, it's pretty wild, Avery, when you think about it. We've had these discussions a lot, especially with our administrative staffs at all of our schools that we are representing, you know, in terms of bidding for state tournaments. And it's no secret that when you host a state tournament, it's not really a money-making endeavor for the schools. It's an opportunity, if you have great facility, to show off your facilities. But more than anything, it's an opportunity for you to create a great home field advantage if you believe that one of your teams is good enough to make a run at a state championship. And Robinson is cashing in on that right now. As it sits currently, assuming – either way, right now, the only 2 1 seeds left in the entire 4A state tournament are the Robinson boys and the Robinson girls. Robinson girls are well on their way as they have a 6-0 lead now at the half. Now Star City with a chance to cut this to 4-2. And I think we're going to get a penalty, and we are, which is going to lead to a penalty kick for the Bulldogs, which is what led to the barrage of goals for Episcopal back in the first half. So we'll see if this can jumpstart this Star City squad. So a penalty kick coming. And nice save. That one stopped, but another chance. Still loose. Another shot on goal. Kick missed by Episcopal, but now they're going to have an opportunity. Episcopal pushes it up the pitch. Room with it. Now with numbers 3-on-3. They'll kick it around and knocked out of bounds in a big collision. And out of bounds. And we've got a couple of ladies down. That was a lot of hustle. Let's see who they call this foul on.
Almost thought the assistant referee was going to signal a foul.
I thought he did. Did he not stop the clock and call one? I thought, or is it just for the injuries?
I believe for injury.
You're right. You're right. So as they check on the Star City player, our injured Episcopal player is up. Both players, uh-oh, that's not good. Now, the young lady who was down for Star City had initially gotten back up. And now they have set her back down, and now we've got several training staff and coaches making their way over. And so now we're going to send both teams, may take this opportunity for the water break, I think. And let's hope she's okay. I don't have a number on the injured Star City player. And now she's up on her feet. That's good to see. Walking off under her own power, so good to see that, as it was quite the collision. I think we saw her make her way to the sideline. It was actually the Episcopal player who was down, and then the young lady for Star City kind of sat down. Training staff came out to take a look at her. She stood back up as they were taking a look at her, and then they assisted her back to the ground. It makes you think potential head injury, so let's hope that's not the case. I am making a very generic assumption.
The heat might also have some like a factor to play in this. We're currently at the high right now of 88 degrees.
It's definitely warm, and the humidity is pretty rough out there. And Avery, you may be correct, and that maybe the bigger issue here when you kind of see how that went. She was still up after the collision, and then went down a few seconds after. So when you think about total joint replacement, you should think of the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. This great facility is the best total joint surgeons in the state, with Doctors Lowry Burns, Jeff Stambaugh, Ben Stronach, and Simon Mears. Why would you consider going anywhere else? People come to UAMS Health from around the country to have their joints replaced. You should too. Call 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now. Huge thanks to UAMS for being the presenting sponsor of our coverage here of the 4A State Soccer Tournament. I'm Steve Henson with the Natural State Sports Network, joined by Avery McMullen, our producer extraordinaire and now part-time color commentator. And appreciate you and all you do. And I know it has been a long couple of days here. Yesterday you guys were here till, 9-ish or so. Started about 8 in the morning, 8:15 is when y'all got here, and we're here till about 9 last night.
Especially with the first game, they get going penalty kicks.
Yeah. I know, when I saw that, I just couldn't help but think, oh no. the one of the sites that's going to have the longest day, it just started longer, so. Back to play over here. And, Avery, I think you're right. As I watch the Star City bench, now they're trying to get an umbrella over the young lady who went down. And so I think you are right. I think it's going to be one of those overheating situations. And So hopefully they can get her some fluids and get her taken care of. Great training staff over there for Star City, as well as I'm sure some of the boxside training folks there assisting. So we thought we were headed towards Mercy Rule territory here. Still might, but they're in it. Over at Robinson on the Robinson Sports Network is Lady Senators pouring it on at home, 6-0. And a lot like this one, they had a barrage of goals there in the final couple of minutes of the half. It was a 2-0 lead, and suddenly 6-0 now. So Star City continues to battle. You got to give the Bulldogs a ton of credit here. They could have folded up shop at the half, down 4-0. Instead, got it to 4-1. Had a penalty kick that could have cut it 4-2. As you can tell, the sun coming out, and that could start to create some additional issues, especially with heat issues. So let's hope everybody stays good. That shot on goal is swallowed up by Bulldog keeper. Just about halfway through our second half. I would assume that the water break we took, or the break we took during the injury, was going to be considered our water break. Doing a good job there. This keeper comes out, swallows that one up again. A little extracurriculars going on over here, and I think Star City may be really fortunate. I don't think our official was right on top of it and saw it. But who is that? I can't see the number from here. Like number 3 for Star City. Gave a full two-hand shove to the Episcopal player. Now, saying that, I didn't see what precipitated it, so. As they say, it's always the second one who gets caught.
It's not the first time we've seen something like this game either.
Mm-hmm. You know, the emotions will get high. Obviously, trailing 4-0, now 4-1 will do that. If this roster I have is correct, that was Drusilla Johnson. Oh, a nice pass. Get it to the middle. Great move there. You're going to have a look at it, and off the top bar. Does not go in. Second attempt is wide. And you got an Episcopal player a little banged up, asking why there wasn't a penalty call there. That's another scoring opportunity. It somehow does not go in for Episcopal. Fortunate for Star City is still are in this thing. Uh-oh, another opportunity though. And a good play there by the Star City keeper to punch that one out of there. This one wide left. And they'll start the second half over at Robinson in the Mercy Rules. So just a 20-minute half now. Time quickly getting short here for the Bulldogs. They've got to figure something out. They're able to get the 1 goal earlier here in the half. Missed out on a golden opportunity on a penalty kick that could have cut the lead to 4-2. Oh, man. I don't ever want to hear anyone say that soccer players are not tough. Some of these hits are hits you wouldn't want to take in football pads. They're taking them with nothing. And that one saved initially. Rebound shot, kicked around into the middle, and got a whistle.
I believe it's ref has flag out offsides maybe.
Would make sense. I would have no idea.
I never saw the flag go up, so not fully sure.
I think this official over here on the side put his up. I
Okay, yeah.
didn't realize that's, again, I am extremely dumb when it comes to the rules of soccer. I know Trent and the folks over at Robinson did their best to try to educate us last year. Substitution in for Star City. And now Star City breaking away, another opportunity, but we've got an offsides. Our official, I think, got a little help from the Episcopal fans as he turns around and gives them a little smile. That's a tough break for Star City. As looked like they were headed to potentially a goal to cut this lead in half. Yes. Benton loses. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to cheer for that. My bad. Benton falls in the 5A baseball tournament. Now the Wildcats tried to chase that one down.
Been losing to Greene County Tech.
Yep.
Also a 4 seed.
Yep. The Valley View Greene County Tech in the semis. Thanks to the baseball guru Kevin Bohannon for the info. Do we have a yellow card there or a red card? It must have been yellow. There's a sub coming in. A lot of open turf here in front. Kicks it to the middle. And good job defensively here. Now that one lifted up, and would have been a great field goal if we were playing the funny shaped football, but we're playing the round ball style, and that doesn't count. It's interesting, Avery. This has been really a match that very evenly played outside of a minute of it. You know, you take that 1 minute away back in the first half after the water break, and this is a 1-1 match. Instead, Episcopal leads handily 4-1 as we're down to just 11:45 to go. And I think there was a point there going into the half where mercy rule talk was being had between us, and so got to give Star City a ton of credit here to really just settle in and do a great job of staying in this match, giving themselves an opportunity to still win this thing.
Because you got one or two, both teams played even, like, except for 1 minute. What's the chance Star City could do it again, like do it themselves?
Absolutely. I mean, the big thing, though, is, at least from what and the keeper for Star City comes out and gets that one. You know, the big thing, though, that at least from my very limited understanding of soccer as I watch this, one thing that I've noticed throughout, though, is that that's a good job there by Star City just to get in the way. The only opportunities that Star City's had to get goals have been on those runouts where they've been able to get behind everybody. They've not challenged Episcopal's goalkeeper really any other way. And here's another one of those opportunities. And this time the speed of the Wildcats keeps them at bay, but now an open look and we're going to get was that a penalty? What do you call that? Maybe a push. And so, once again, an opportunity thwarted. Now a shot on goal. Pretty easy save there for the Bulldog keeper. Ooh, man, she hit the turf hard. Begging for a penalty, something, and she's got to be careful or she's going to pick up. She's going to end up picking that yellow card up, and I'm pretty sure that that's our young lady who picked up a yellow card in the first half, which would equate to a red, and she'd be done. My brain is not failing me, which it most likely is. Oh, my God. These Episcopal fans making their voices heard. This one, this has got a chance. Up over the top, but offsides. Just about done over at Robinson. You know, Will was complaining earlier because their first match went to penalty kicks. So that's how we're going to have an extra long day. Well, guess what? You just made up for it. with the Lady Senators headed towards a mercy rule victory as they've gone under 10 minutes, and now we're both basically at the same spot in terms of time.
Until you jinx it and they go into PKs again.
Oh, don't do that. Hey, look, they can go into PKs all they want. I don't have time for PKs after this one. I need our next one to go. Need our last game to go by the book, please. This one defended well. But now I'm going to have a look at it. Make some room. Shot just wide of the net again. So 7:14 left here in this ball game, assuming no barrage of goals. Oh. Hits the crossbar of the goal post and out. Yeah, Avery, to your point earlier, Star City's just had such a tough time coming down and putting any pressure on Episcopal's goalkeeper. And that's been the story really this entire match. Is that a red card?
Her second yellow.
Okay, so that's the young lady that got, she's the one that got the yellow card at the very end of the first half. So she picks up her second, and now it becomes even more difficult for Star City, as they'll have to play with one down here. See the frustration starting to bubble over a little bit here. Easy to understand when you've really just not been able to have much in the way of success. We've got an injured Wildcat.
With another yellow card on 18.
And definitely starting to see the frustrations boil over now. Good job here. Episcopal shot on goal. Oh, just wide. They continue to put pressure on Star City. That one initially cleared out. Now Episcopal will launch it down. Great move. But great job there defensively as Star City kicks it away. And so we will see a corner kick here for the Wildcats. And they are in no hurry to get lined up for it as the clock is ticking away at 3:20. This one, not much doing there. And so Star City in desperation mode. They need 3 goals in 3 minutes. And this is a good way to start it potentially, but instead, Wildcats able to get back some good moves to get it around. Missed there. And we're going to get a yellow card here. She may get the red card. She's got to be careful. And now 5 needs to calm down. Now she got one. Wow. And there's the red. Wow. Star City has completely lost their composure. Oh, that's it. They called it. That's it. Wow. Our officials have stepped in. After multiple red cards. That's it. Wow. What a finish to this one. Unbelievable as our officials had enough. I'm not sure what 5 said. But she was adamant about whatever she had to say. And the officials were adamant about they'd had enough. And so that'll do it. Star City will lose this one. And Episcopal heads to the semis as they will face off with, I'll make sure I'm right. Pretty sure it's the Robinson Senators, but let me get that right here before I cut us loose. That was on the right bracket. Episcopal advances, and they will play Robinson, who is a minute 40 away from advancing with a Mercy Rule victory tomorrow at 2 p.m. right here on the Natural State Sports Network over at Robinson High School. So that'll do it for us here from Bauxite. One more match to go as we'll await our final boys match of the day between the Mena Bearcats and the Morrilton Devil Dogs. That'll be coming up in about 10 minutes. Once again, thanks for joining us here at the 4A State Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. I'm Steve Henson for Avery McMullen. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.